Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Eghe, and this is Fictional Haven.
Goes a little something like
Today, I'm going to be giving you guys some romance recommendations slash just telling you about some romance novels I've read recently. I'm going to go right into it. First, before I go into my list, I'm going to be dropping some honorable mentions. These are books that are like really popular and you guys have probably heard about it, but I'm just going to name them. I haven't read them yet, which is why they're not on my list, but I think they are still really good. I should check out. So we have Take a Hint, Danny Brown by Talia Hibbert, then Betrayed by Emily Henry, and The Bride Test by Helen Hong. So these books, I've heard a lot of good things about them, and I'm probably going to be reading them very soon. So that's why I'm recommending it to you guys so you can check it out and see if you like them, and if you have read them, and just let me know your general thoughts on them, because yeah, I like to know. So on my list now, we're going to my list. So the first book on my list is Get a Life, Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbert. And this book, I know you guys have probably heard about it because it's like really popular. Everybody's talking about it. But it's still a great book, and so I have to recommend it. So yeah, this one got 4 stars from me. This book follows Chloe, and after a near-death experience, she decides to, live a little bit more, experience life, and so she recruits Redford, who is her neighbor. They live in the same building, to help her experience life a little bit more, like things like ride a bike, I think go to a nightclub, just fun things like that. And from there they fall in love. This is like a really great novel. You read this and you want to fall in love, it's such a good book, by the way. Have I mentioned that? Anyway, and Redford is just a sweetheart. I love him. I want to marry this guy. Like, oh my god, I need me a Redford right now. Anyway, the next on the list is The Kiss Quotient by Helen Hong. And yes, The Bride Test and Kiss Quotient are written by the same authors, and Bride Test is the book 2 after The Kiss Quotient. And The Kiss Quotient follows Stella and Michael. So Stella is this like, forgotten the word, but she's this like really strict, busy person who's workaholic. She's this workaholic who only knows how to work, and she realizes that she doesn't know how to do any other thing. She doesn't know how to socialize with people. Oh, and she also has Asperger's. She's an autistic patient. She has autism. Anyway, and she kind of wants to learn how to socialize and be able to have a boyfriend. Like, she doesn't have a boyfriend, and she wants to be able to experience those type of things. She wants to be able to date somebody. And so she's like, before she does this whole dating thing from real, she has to learn how to do this. She has to practice. So she hires Michael, who's an escort, to teach her all the do's and don'ts of dating and other things associated with it. And from there, their love blossoms. That's how it goes in this genre we're in. The next on the list is You Deserve Each Other by Sarah Hoggle. And this book follows Nicholas and Naomi. So Naomi and Nicholas, they are fiancés, and they're supposed to be getting married, I think by the end of the year or something. But they are not in love with each other anymore, and but they can't break off their engagement because they've already spent, I think, $100 plus on wedding preparations, and whoever breaks up the engagement is going to foot the bill, and ain't nobody got time to be footing bills, so they just continue. And then when Naomi discovers that Nicholas feels the same way about their whole marriage, like her, and realized that he's been purposely trying to frustrate her so that she will break up the wedding, she decides to fight back, and then they go into this series of pranking. They start pranking each other, just trying to frustrate each other so one person give up, and from there you see what happens. Next on the list is, I think this is one of my favorite books. This You Deserve Each Other. I just really loved this couple. Like, oh my god, it was just like a really fun read. I laughed a lot. Like, the characters, everything was just mad. And yeah, read that. The next on the list is The Hating Game by Sally Thorne. This book got 5 stars from me. Yes, it was awesome. This book was just everything. They really hated each other. Is that even the correct way to say it? This was a mad book. And I know this book is like really popular. So yeah, you've probably heard of this one too. I know I read a lot of popular things. That's where I get my recommendations from, the popular books. Anyway, so this book, like I said, was just mad. It was epic. Well, I was there for them. Joshua and Lucy, they made me laugh. I was in love with them. So the the Hating Game follows Lucy and Joshua, and they both work as secretaries for the this CEO, they call them, of like this really big publishing company. And then they play this game where they have like and they hate each other, and they play like every day. They have come up with these new games where they just try to annoy each other or make each other laugh or just something, and they kind of hate each other. Yeah, I think that was a really good summary. Won't you agree? Anyway, this was like an epic book for me. I just really loved them. I think from the very first page I was amazed. From the first sentence, it was like, oh my god, where have you been all my life? This was everything. I was happy. I was there. It was an experience. Anyway, the next book is The Wedding Date by Jasmine Guillory. This follows Alexa and Drew, they meet in an elevator where they are stuck in an elevator together, and then from there they start talking, and Alexa finds out that Drew is actually attending the wedding of his ex, and he doesn't have a date, and he's going to be very lonely, and it's going to be a really terrible event for him because it's his ex. And so she agrees to be his date, and then they go on this date together, and from there they kind of continue their relationship from there after the whole wedding. And yeah, they fall in love. This was actually a really fun, great story. It was just easy to read, and I loved it. I liked it. It was cool. It was great. Check that out. The next was If I Never Met You by Mary McFarlane. This one was my other 5-star. I think The Hating Game and If I Never Met You are my only 2 5-star reads, I think. Anyway, this book, loved it, was there for it. It was awesome. It was epic. I think one thing I really liked about this novel was that it didn't focus only on like the romance aspect alone, or at least that was not like the main focus of this novel. It kind of dealt with a lot of other issues too, which I thought was really cool to see, and I really liked it. Yeah, I loved it. Yeah, I did. Am I trying to convince myself? No. Anyway, like, this book follows Laurie and Jamie. So Laurie, after breaking up with her longtime boyfriend, she recruits Jamie, or they recruit each other, and they start fake dating in order to get her ex back, just to make him cry and be like, oh my god, why did I leave you? And from there, things just escalate to something else, and it was just like, wow, mad, interesting. I don't want to give spoilers. Oh my god. Anyway, this was a really cool read. Check that out if you're interested. The next is The Flatshare by Beth O'Leary. This book, I gave it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really cute and sweet, and it was just this thing. So it follows Tiffy and Leon. So Tiffy, after breaking up with her long-term boyfriend, he kind of kicks her out, and she has nowhere to stay. So she moves into Leon's apartment, and Leon is looking for some extra cash because he has to find money to help his brother who was wrongfully imprisoned. So the arrangement was that Leon gets the apartment during the day because he works in the hospice, at night shift at the hospice, so he sleeps during the day, and then Tiffy gets the apartment at night. And then both of them, they didn't meet at the beginning, and the only way they communicated was this cute little post-it note they left around the house until their friendship developed to love. You know how it goes. It's a great read, check that out. Then the Unhoneymooners by Christina Lawrence. So this follows Ethan and Olive, and Ethan and Olive, they are both in-laws in a way because their siblings are getting married, and on the first day they kind of hate each other in a way because they kind of hated each other, but then they had to go on their siblings' honeymoon because after the wedding their siblings and the other wedding guests got food poisoning, and Olive's sister kind of won the honeymoon, and she'll break a contract or something like that if nobody goes. So Ethan and Olive pretend to be married and go on this honeymoon together, and you can imagine where it goes from there. Yes, crazy things happen. It was a great book. Gave it 3 stars. Next on the list is Island Affair by Priscilla Oliveras. So this one follows Louis and Sarah, and this book, Sarah and Louis, they were what's that word though? So Sarah, she's on a vacation with her family in Key West, where she meets Louis, who's a resident there, and Sarah's boyfriend kind of bails on her last minute, and she has to introduce her boyfriend to her family because she's trying to prove to them that she has someone with her that can take care of her or something like that. Oh, I'm talking fast, I'm sorry. She has to prove to her parents that she has someone that can stay with her, can lean on and, you know, balance her life. And so yeah, he bails on her, and then Louis comes to the rescue, and then they start fake dating, pretend dates, fake dates in front of the parents just to confuse them, and then from there they fall in love. I think we all know how all the stories end in this book, but it's the journey we are after. How does this event occur? So yeah, it was a cool read. I loved it. Well, I didn't love it. I thought it was a good book, but it wasn't like my best. But I still think it's a really good book, and maybe it wasn't just for me, which is why it's on this list, because it wasn't really for me, but it was still a good book, and I can understand why people would like it. So this is why it's on my list. So check it out. You might just end up liking it. The last on my list, and come to the ending of this video, is the Trouble with Hating You by Sajini Patel. So this follows Leah and Jay, who was set up by their parents on these blind dates to get to meet each other so they can get married. And Leah doesn't want to get married, so she kind of runs away. And then this kind of made Jay hate her because it was like a whole misunderstanding, and his mother got offended, so it wasn't like her biggest fan or anything. And then they find out that they're working in the same company together, and they kind of hate each other from there. And from there, the story goes on. So it's a really cool read. It also had talked about a really important. It also talked about a lot of really important social issues, and yeah, check that out. Gave this book 4 stars because I thought it was interesting, it was cool, it was mad, it was there. Anyway, we've come to the end of this video. I know I'm kind of fast, I'm sorry. I'm trying to, I don't know, I feel my videos are too long, so I'm trying to skip the unnecessary babbling and just go straight to the point. So does this work for you guys? Is this better, or I should just go back to my normal rambling on and on and on and on and going off points? I feel this is better, sha. But anyway, thanks for watching this video. See you next time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment.